My name is Jeff Morgan, and I've been affected by this in a different way. Children need both parents. When I was growing up, my parents got divorced, and had I been restricted from seeing both of my parents, I would have been a very angry person. Things would have been much worse in my life. Children need both, a father and a mother. What I'm speaking about right now is also that children need grandparents. Often when you take a child away from one parent, the grandparents get erased as well. Dr. Roma Hanks, a professor from the University of South Alabama, said this: "It is my belief that grandparenting is the most important family role of the new century." She's not displacing parents, but she's talking about the importance of grandparents for a child's life. One person said that what children need most are the essentials that grandparents provide in abundance. They give unconditional love, kindness, patience, humor, comfort, lessons in life, and most importantly, cookies. I have not seen my grandchildren now for 6 years. These are from when I used to babysit them, my 2 grandchildren. 2 diapers for Cruz, 2 diapers for Gideon. This is the hat that Gideon wore coming out of the hospital. These are my memories that I have of my grandchildren. When you alienate a grandparent intentionally, you hurt children. I think it's important, such an important issue, that even the U.S. Senate had hearings upon this. They talked about the opioid crisis. And what did they want? Grandparents coming to the rescue. In this crisis, as in past crises, grandparents are coming to the rescue. The Aging Committee is meeting today to recognize the grandparents raising grandkids and explore what can be done to assist them as they take on the unanticipated challenge motivated by their love of grandchildren. This took place in the U.S. Senate Committee in 2017, and yet today, unfortunately, our courts often act as if grandparents are unessential. Science confirms that grandparents are essential to young children. The Oxford study said this: when grandparents are present, children have fewer emotional problems, and they are less likely to be involved in negative behavioral situations, such as when they have both parents in their lives. I'm a person of faith, so my faith guides me in a lot of stuff. And I've heard some people say, well, grandparents aren't that important. We need to talk only about the nuclear family. And yet the Bible does not talk just about the nuclear family. I was a missionary in the Middle East, and the importance of the extended family cannot be underestimated. In Deuteronomy 4 verse 9, it says this: only take care, this is God's command through Moses, only take care, keep your soul diligently, lest you forget the things that your eyes have seen, lest they depart from your heart all the days of your life. Make them known to your children and your children's children, your grandchildren. When a grandparent is eliminated from a grandchild's life, the grandchild loses. The grandparents lose as well. So when we think about the issue of equal shared parenting, what I always say is there are many, many grandparents that are affected by this issue. I've met several today. And they come up and they say, I'm a grandparent, I love my grandchildren. I think in our conversation we need to talk about grandparents, and grandparents need to stand up as well and fight. I look at what I'm doing in the future and I say, I do not want this evil, wicked system passed down to my grandchildren. So even though I'm not affected right now by the equal shared parenting stuff, I will not, to the best of my ability, allow this to continue for my grandchildren. And that's why Delilah asked me to be here. Grandparenting is a verb. Grandparenting is a verb. Grandparents often provide something that parents can't provide. We're not competing. Just like we're not competing man versus woman, Democrat versus anything like that. We're saying that the grandchildren, the children need everything. So if you're a parent, try to make sure that the grandparents are involved in the lives. And if you're involved in the equal shared parenting community, also appeal to the grandparents, because grandparents are being affected by this in huge numbers. And they need to be able to have a voice in this as well. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak for a few minutes about the importance of grandparents. Thank you.